Perhaps sorrow isn't the opposite of love. It's where love hides when there's no one left to receive it. People often think love is laughter, joy, and sunshine. But true love is also when your heart still trembles, even when the person you love is no longer there. Keanu Reeves once had everything: fame, talent, and a gentle woman beside him, Jennifer Syme. They were waiting for a child together, a dream of family, of small laughter echoing in a home. But on the day that was meant to be the happiest, the baby was born without breath. The world shattered without a sound. Only silence remained, too heavy to bear. And a year later, Jennifer was gone too. A car accident, a phone call in the night. What remained was emptiness. Some losses are so deep, tears can't even reach them. You just stare into the void and ask yourself, when love is gone, where does it go? After the funeral, Keanu disappeared from the public eye. He rented a small apartment not far from the city centre. They said, at night, he would sit alone on the balcony with a cup of cold coffee, watching the cars below. Red lights, yellow lights, green lights. Everything kept moving, as if nothing had changed. Only in that small room, time had stopped. In sleepless nights, he learned to sit still, listening to the sound of his own breath. Not to forget, but to touch the pain without fearing it. Buddha once taught, everything comes and goes. What remains is the awareness that we are still here. When we lose someone, we also lose a part of ourselves. But if we sit long enough with that loss, we may find that something new is quietly being born. There were nights Keanu walked alone down empty streets. No one recognized him. A world-famous actor, now just a man with his hands in his pockets, wandering through the dark, searching for what was lost. He once said in an interview, "Sometimes I sit for hours in a dark room and just breathe. I'm not trying to do anything. Just breathe." In those breaths, he began to realize that life, no matter what it takes, still continues. And breathing itself is the fragile thread connecting us to the present. When breath returns, pain doesn't disappear, but it softens, like mist dissolving on a morning lake. One day, he sat in the park where he and Jennifer once walked hand in hand. Leaves fell. The afternoon sun was pale gold. The wind brushed his shoulder. Everything was the same. Except now, he no longer ran from the pain. Some pain deepens the more we resist it. But if we dare to face it, the fire stops burning and starts to warm. Like ashes from the past, they can still soothe cold hands. When we stop fighting pain, pain becomes the teacher. From the deepest place of loss, Keanu found something he never knew before: gentleness within himself. Since those tragedies, Keanu has cared little for fame. He quietly donates to hospitals and the homeless, rejecting luxury. When asked why, he simply said, "Because you never know what pain someone else is carrying." That's not just kindness, that's compassion. When your heart has cracked open, you start to see the world differently, without anger, without judgment, only tenderness, simple and honest. Buddha said, compassion is not about doing good. It's about seeing yourself in another's suffering. Keanu understood that with his whole heart. Time passed. He returned to film, not to escape, but to live again. Yet now, every role, every line he spoke, carried new depth. Understanding, kindness, acceptance. He no longer chased happiness. He simply lived with what remained, cherishing it as a gift. One day, on a TV show, he was asked, "Keanu, what do you think happens after we die?" He smiled gently. "I think the ones who love us will miss us." No preaching, no sorrow, just a whisper, but enough to show that light had returned to the room that was once so dark. Impermanence sounds frightening, but it's what makes life precious. If nothing ever changed, we would never know how deeply we could love a moment. Keanu lost and also found, not someone else, but himself. A man who walked through hell and still chose to smile at life. Impermanence doesn't steal happiness. It only reminds us to live each moment fully, for nothing lasts forever. Because true love never disappears. It only changes shape, from a hand you can hold to a presence within your heart. Keanu never married again, but he still loves in the way of someone who's learned. Love doesn't need possession to be real. Tonight, if there's still a pain in your chest, let it breathe. Don't push it away. Don't fear it. Place your hand on your heart and whisper, "This sadness is just love finding its way back." And in that breath, everything falls silent. No more loss, no more gain. Only love, still here, within this very breath.